Good morning, dear friends. So today we are going to start lecture number 13. Correct now? Okay, lecture number 13. I just cross-checked whether we are correct or not. 12 classes already we had completed. Now we had reached for 13th class in heat and thermodynamics. Clear? So now, listen. In this class, what all the things we will be going to discuss, I had told you earlier also. Now, in case of isothermal process, what equation we are having? PV is equal to constant. So what is the meaning of this PV is equal to constant? Product of these two factors should be constant value. Product of pressure and volume should be constant value at constant temperature, because isothermal means temperature should be constant. Correct now? Okay. So PV is equal to constant in case of isothermal process as temperature is constant. This is holds good for ideal gas condition. Now PV is equal to constant means if I am having P1, V1 values as initial values, and as time passes, if pressure values change to P2, V2 means P1, V1 value what I was having, same factor I am going to get P2, V2 even after changing, because P1 is changing to P2 means V1 will change to V2. Somehow this product will be constant. Clear? Like half and 2. Half and 2, 2 will get cancelled, product is 1. 2 and half means again 2 will cancel, product will be 1 in that manner. So P1, V1 is equal to P2, V2, which is nothing but constant factor. Clear? Are you understanding? This is nothing but in case of isothermal process, PV is equal to constant for ideal gas condition. This is for ideal gas. This is for ideal gas. Ideal gas means what? A gas which obeys gas laws, all the gas laws at all the conditions. So now P1, V1 equal to P2, V2 means what is the equation of work done in case of isothermal process? Equation for work done in case of isothermal process. What is the equation? Try to recall. I hope you had practiced. In previous class we had discussed this concept. Work done in case of isothermal process. Okay. What is the equation? Equation for work done in case of isothermal process. What equation we got? Have you remembered? No? Listen. Work done W is equal to, that is nothing but nRT log V2 by V1 to the base E. V2 by V1 to the base E. This is nothing but our general formula. Now, we know that nRT log E, so that means log V2 by V1 to the base E. This is nothing but work done by the system. Okay, work done by the system. Or work done by the gas is nothing but nRT log V2 by V1 to the base E. Now, what is our next step means? We know that P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2 as our last discussion says. P1 V1 is equal to what? P2 V2. P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2 means if I separate V2 by V1 means what I am going to get? V2 by V1, V2 by V1 is equal to P1 by P2. P1 by P2. So if I substitute P1 by P2 means, in place of V2 by V1, one more equation we are going to get, that is nothing but what? nRT log P1 by P2 to the base E. Clear? This is nothing but one more equation for work done only. Don't get confusion. This is also one more equation for work done only. Clear? Remember only one, and remember the conditions. You can alter that formula. Don't worry. Okay? Don't feel that all we should have to practice and something of that. Okay? Remember only one formula, and from that one formula you can easily write that one more term. Clear? Okay, next. If temperature is absent in our question means, that means sometimes T value they won't give. If temperature is not given means, then how to change? We know that PV is equal to what? nRT. Okay, we know that. Shall I erase this part completely? So W is equal to nRT log V2 by V1 to the base E, or W is equal to nRT log P1 by P2 to the base E. Now, next step. If temperature value is absent means, how we can alter that equation? Listen, if temperature value is absent means, we know that PV is equal to what? nRT. Okay, for two different processes means, that means same process, only two different conditions of P and V means, we can write PV is equal to nRT, and in place of PV only, P1 V1 is equal to nRT and P2 V2 is equal to nRT. So work done equation, how it will change now? Original equation is nothing but nRT log of V2 by V1 to the base E. Now nRT can be replaced by what? P1 V1 log V2 by V1 to the base E, or one more equation how I can write V2 by V1 means, we can change it to P1 by P2. So P1 V1 log P1 by P2. Okay, or in the other words, apart from writing P1 V1, I can write it P2 V2 also, or W how we can write means P2 V2 log V2 by V1, same equation only, V2 by V1 to the base E. This is nothing but in place of P1 V1 P2 V2, because P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. This is nothing but P1 V1, which is nothing but P2 V2. Clear? Or this term how we can rearrange now? P2 V2 log P1 by P2 to the base E. Clear? So totally how many equations we got? 6 terms. One is general term. Okay. One more is just changing V2 by V1 to P1 by P2. Second equation. Third, 4, 5, 6th one. Clear? So remember only one. You can write all the remaining 5. Don't worry about that. Clear? Shall I erase this part? Clear? Now, in case of adiabatic process, so what are the different equations in adiabatic process? Listen. Adiabatic process. Different equations in case of adiabatic process we should have to write now. So till now we know that general formula in case of adiabatic process, which is nothing but a PV power gamma is equal to what? A constant. PV power gamma is equal to what? Constant. We know this one, and we had used this formula while deriving slope equation also. So PV power gamma is equal to constant we know. Now Imagine that we are having ideal gas. No doubt this is for ideal gas only. For ideal gas, what is our equation? PV is equal to nRT. PV is equal to what? nRT. Now what you should have to do with this? Two equations we can write. Apart from this equation, still two more equations we can write. How to write those two equations means? Initially, letter P, what you are having here, separate here what factor you are getting, substitute, simplify, one equation you will get. And in case of V, next one more term, V we are having now, separate V and what equation you are having, substitute back, simplify, one more set of equation you will be getting. Okay. PV power gamma is equal to constant is nothing but what? Basic equation for adiabatic process. Proof of this equation is not there for your syllabus, don't worry. PV power gamma is equal to constant, if you remember means that is enough. Where gamma is nothing but what? Come on. Gamma is nothing but what? A ratio of specific heat capacities. That means molar specific heat capacities to constant pressure to constant volume. Cp by Cv is nothing but what? Gamma. Now PV is equal to nRT we are having. So first I will separate this P. That means I will take out P and substitute over here. So if I separate P means P, I am going to separate it now. P is equal to PV is equal to nRT. That means P is equal to nRT divided by V. Clear? nRT divided by V. So this nRT divided by V I am going to substitute here now. So if I substitute in above equation where PV power gamma is equal to constant means I am going to get nRT by V, nRT by V, and again V power gamma is equal to constant. Listen, now here V power gamma, denominator V. Okay, here in case of adiabatic process, number of moles R values constant means if I take this N and R to right hand side means it will become constant by NR. Again NR are also constant means right hand term complete constant only. So remaining factor is nothing but T, V power gamma divided by V means I can write a TV power gamma minus 1 is equal to what? Constant. I hope you had got this point. N is constant, R is constant. Constant into constant, constant. Constant take it to right hand side, constant by any different constant means factor will be constant again. Clear? Are you getting or not? So this is the case about adiabatic process. When we had separated P factor. What happens if I separate V value means? Shall we proceed for that? If I separate V means, shall we check now? Copied? Shall I erase? Okay. So V is equal to, come on. If I separate V means what I am going to get? nRT divided by P. In this equation I should have to separate now V. Separated V, nRT by P, substitute this V here. So if I substitute V to back our original equation means I am going to get P, okay, V is nothing but nRT by P. nRT by P whole power gamma is equal to constant. Getting? Are you understanding or not? If not understanding means when college reopens ask me, otherwise watch the video 3-4 times, you will come to know. Okay, now next. This nRT by P whole power gamma what I am having here, I will take this gamma for all the terms. That means basically I am going to remove this bracket means I can write P as it is, N power gamma, R power gamma, T power gamma, all divided by P power gamma is equal to constant. Clear? Now here what all the things will get cancelled? Think about this one. N is constant in case of adiabatic process, R is constant in case of adiabatic process, N power gamma, R power gamma. Okay, this complete factor will turn out to be constant. That means basically N power gamma, R power gamma will turn out to be what? Constant. So if I take this N power gamma, R power gamma to right hand side, means constant by constant factor, constant only, leave it. Now left hand side what is remaining? P T power gamma by P power gamma. P T power gamma by P power gamma is equal to constant. Or how I can write this? T power gamma P power 1 minus gamma, because denominator I am having P power gamma. No, if I take it to numerator, means what will happen? P power minus gamma. So by rearranging the terms, I can write in such a manner that it will become T power gamma, okay, and P power 1 minus gamma is equal to constant. This is one more equation, okay, one more general equation for adiabatic process. If you want, you can approach for one more equation, that a rising power gamma both the sides, means for this equation means it will turn out to be T P power 1 minus gamma by gamma. That means raising 1 by gamma to the both sides means Tp power 1 minus gamma by gamma is equal to constant value. Clear? So this is nothing but the case of adiabatic process. Different formulae to write as an equation of adiabatic process. In case of isothermal process, PV is equal to constant, or P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Here PV power gamma is equal to constant, Tp power 1 minus gamma by gamma is equal to constant, and one more is nothing but TV power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. Clear? Shall I erase this part? Shall we go to next process? Next process means next step, okay? Now next one, very important, which is nothing but heat engine. What do we mean by heat engine? Listen, I hope in your school days you had heard this word, correct? No? Heat engine. So according to you, what do you mean by heat engine? Anybody remember? No? Heat engine is nothing but what? Heat engine. Listen. It converts. Heat engine will convert heat energy to mechanical energy. It converts heat energy to mechanical energy. Clear? Heat engine is nothing but an engine which converts heat energy to mechanical energy. Now to study about heat engine, you need two very much important points. In that, first one is nothing but what? Source. Okay, first one is nothing but what? Source. So what do we mean by source? Source is nothing but a place where you are going to get excess amount of heat energy. Imagine that you want to read and you need any one book means, but very good book means you will be approaching for library, which is nothing but excess of books will be there, large number of books will be there. if you take any one book from that library means it doesn't affect for that library. In that manner, from source, if I take some amount of heat energy means it doesn't affect this source. And basically this source will be at very high temperature. High temperature. Temperature of the source will be high. In simple words, temperature of the source will be high. Okay, this is first term you should have to remember. Next, you should have to understand what do you mean by sink. Clear? Sink means, listen, from this high amount of temperature, that means where we are getting high heat energy from the source, we'll be using some heat for our working, and excess amount of heat we are going to reject it for sink. That means extra amount of heat energy if we are having means that will be left to sink. Clear? And basically sink will be at low temperature. Sink will be basically at low temperature. Clear? And next you should have to remember. What do you mean by working substance? Working substance. Working substance is nothing but what means, imagine we are having a vehicle, working substance is nothing but petrol in that. That means that petrol will absorb heat energy from the source, okay, and that petrol will be used for mechanical energy to move that system basically. Clear? In that manner we will be using this working substance. So shall I erase this part? Shall we go to diagrammatical part of heat engine? Clear? Okay. Listen. Heat engine. Okay. 1 second. Now, diagram of heat engine will be, here we will be having source, okay, and here we will be having sink, okay, this is source, this is nothing but what? Sink. Okay. Now in between source and sink we will be having engine. Engine, basically which engine? Heat engine. Clear? More precisely, engine is nothing but what? Heat engine. Now, listen. Source will be having the heat of Q1 and sink will be having heat of Q2. Okay. And this engine will absorb some heat from source. This engine will absorb some amount of heat from source. And after absorbing some amount of heat from source, it is going to do some work. That work I am going to call it as W. Clear? And next, if anything extra amount of heat is left out means that heat will be sent to sink basically. That means we are going to send this Q2 here, we are going to absorb Q1 from here. That is the main agenda. Okay, source will be having heat Q1, sink will be having Q2 means After this process, it will take Q1 amount of heat and Q2 amount of heat will be rejected at the sink. Now, from this diagram, what equation we can write? Basically, amount of heat Q1 absorbed is nothing but some amount of work done carried and some amount of heat went to sink. Q is equal to W plus Q2. That means basically Q1 is equal to W plus Q2. Now here, if I want to separate work done, means W is equal to what I am going to get? W is equal to Q1 minus Q2, correct? Q1 minus Q2. W is equal to Q1 minus Q2. So work done equation Q1 minus Q2 we got. Now if we want to check efficiency of this engine, means efficiency is nothing but given by eta. This letter is not N. This is treated as eta. So efficiency is nothing but output work, how much this engine is giving, that is nothing but W, and how much heat we had sent as input, that is nothing but Q1. So if I substitute W value, means W value is nothing but what? Q1 minus Q2. So W value is, so where I can write this one, one second, eta is equal to, listen, eta is equal to W value is Q1 minus Q2 divided by heat sent is Q1. So eta will turn out to be what? Q1 by Q1 is 1 minus Q2 by Q1. Clear? Next, practically it has been shown that Q2 by Q1 is nothing but T2 by T1. So in simple words, how we can write, means eta is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. This is nothing but what? Efficiency of heat engine. Clear? Eta is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. Now here, if Q2 value will be equal to what? 0. That means Q2 value equal to 0 means no amount of heat is going for sink, means then amount of heat what we are sending completely utilized in doing work, means efficiency will be 100% because no heat is lost to sink. Clear? So if Q2 is equal to 0 means eta will be equal to 1, or it can be written as 100%. Okay, just multiplying by 100. Clear? Now one more thing you should have to remember. If Q1 value is greater than Q2 value, Q1 value is greater than Q2 means, then efficiency value will be positive value. Clear? Efficiency value will be positive, but value will be less than 1. Clear? Now, if Q1 value is less than Q2 value means, then efficiency will be what? It will be less than 0. Correct? No? Or we can tell that as efficiency eta value will be negative value. So this is the case about heat engine. So what amount of heat has been accepted or absorbed from the source, some amount of heat energy is utilized in doing some work, and excess amount of heat energy will be sent to sink. So Q1 is equal to W plus Q2. Clear? So Q1 is equal to W plus Q2. If you want to separate W, means simply separate W is equal to, you are going to get Q1 minus Q2. Clear? Next, efficiency is nothing but what? Output work done divided by input energy. Output work done is nothing but Q1 minus Q2. Okay, divided by input means Q1. So Q1 minus Q2 by Q1 means Q1 will get cancelled. Factor will be 1 minus Q2 by Q1. Practically it has been shown that Q2 by Q1 is nothing but what? T2 by T1. So finally you are going to get eta is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1, and these are the cases. So practice more and more, and don't get confusion between equations and all, which we had discussed today. Practice maximum number of times so that you have to become perfect in those equations. Clear? So keep studying and don't waste your time. So again we will meet in our next class. Thank you.